What's up, y'all? Today we are checking in from Mikasa, and I'm super excited to show you guys how to cook the most perfect steak in less than 10 minutes. Y'all know I've been in a serious relationship with Topo Chico, and so I'm excited to let the cat out of the bag that I'm in another seriously devoted relationship, and this time it's with the Ninja Foodi Smart Grill. I kept seeing people post about it all over social media, bloggers were posting videos, and so I decided to do a little research, and the more I dug, the more I decided I needed it. And so I ordered one off of Amazon, and let me tell you what, I said that cooking was canceled. I didn't do a ton of it in 2020, and we haven't brought it back officially, but we're getting there. So super excited to show you guys how to cook a perfect steak in less than 10 minutes. Today I'm going to be showing you guys how to prepare a New York strip steak. I do also buy top sirloin. It really just depends whatever grocery store I'm at and which they offer, but those are kind of my two go-tos, is either a New York strip or a sirloin. I'm going to be keeping seasonings and stuff fairly simple. It is important to note that I'm going to be using avocado oil. We don't want to use something like olive oil when we're using the Ninja Foodi, just because it does get up to 500 degrees. And so when we start using stuff like olive oil, we risk it smoking. So we want something that can sustain the high heat. Spice-wise, I'm going to be using Trader Joe's 21 seasonings, some garlic powder. We have sea salt from Rachel Ray. I really, really love her spices. And then we also have rosemary garlic grill from Frontier Co-op. So step one, we started by adding avocado oil all over the steak so that the spices actually have something to stick to. And then step two, thoroughly salt and season every portion of the steak. Even if you're not a very good cook, the booklet for the Foodi makes it so easy to follow along. And so on page 8, there will be a little guide on how to determine how well done you want your steak. I'm personally a rare kind of gal, so I'm gonna let you know that the cheat code is rare too. If you like your steak a little more well done, I will say you might be dead to me, but you basically will just choose a little bit higher number when you're setting up your Foodi. Now that our steaks are all seasoned, I'm going to guide you guys through page 14 of the guide, where it basically shows us how to set up the Ninja so that it preheats, we can throw in our steaks, and we'll be good to go. So my favorite thing is that this is about to aggressively get really loud, and it will literally sound like a spaceship is taking off in your kitchen. So steaks are on the grill. We're gonna take this little guy, we're gonna stick it in the middle. That's what she said. Hello, perfection. Ta-da! So the steaks just got taken off the grill, and then we're actually going to pop our asparagus in right after. So same thing, just gonna coat Laurie with a little bit of avocado oil, as well as some onion salt and garlic powder. While our asparagus was grilling, I went ahead and I microwaved some rice. And so we're now onto the really fun part of basically assembling our meal. And so typically what I'm looking for is going to be a protein, a carb, a fat, and a vegetable. So our steaks are obviously gonna be our protein. We have rice as our carb. Going to add a little bit of olive oil for our fat, and then we have our asparagus. So I wanted to wrap up today's video basically giving you guys a little cheat sheet and breakdown of how to better navigate when you're at the grocery store trying to figure out what meats to buy, what type of steak, etc., etc. And so, as I mentioned, I typically tend to buy either sirloin or New York strip. Both of them are pretty affordable, but still super easy to grill and obviously super tasty as well. If you're looking to make fajitas, I'm no meat expert, but I would personally recommend picking up either a skirt steak or a flank steak. Skirt steak is typically gonna be best served if it's either cooked rare or medium rare. With flank, I would say go with that if you tend to prefer your meat a little more well done. Flank steak is also going to be better served on things like salads or if you were making some type of stir fry. Ribeye is a super common item that you'll see at restaurants and stuff like that, and so the only disclaimer I'm gonna give is that they are incredibly fatty. They typically are a 1-to-1 ratio of protein to fat, so if there's 21 grams of protein, there's gonna be 21 grams of fat. But the trade-off is that it's gonna be incredibly juicy, incredibly flavorful, and absolutely delicious. Another meat that you're probably super familiar with is gonna be the filet mignon. Typically, it's gonna be the most expensive thing on the menu or in the grocery stores, and the reason for that is because it's one of the most tender meats and it melts right in your mouth. If you're not super interested in cooking steaks and you're looking to make some type of burger, obviously you're gonna want ground meat for that. And so I would recommend going a little more middle ground, and I would purchase a 90-10 variety. Whenever we end up doing an 80-20 or 85-15, it can be really easy to rack up calories and also additional fat macros that we could just spend elsewhere in our day. There's also sometimes a 96-4 option at the grocery store, and I would just say be very careful if you choose to buy it or if you're choosing to cook it, because it can be really easy to end up with super dry or super crumbly meat simply because it doesn't have that little bit higher fat content. If you happen to see bison, that would actually be my personal favorite, and I just think it has a little bit better taste profile over your ground beef. If you enjoyed today's video, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. If you'd like to keep following along in the awesome, you can find me on social media as Laurie Christine King, or you can go to my website at lauriechristineking.com. I publish tons and tons of free nutrition and fitness content on the daily. Catch you later.